Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Officer 24/7. My name is Niharika Walia Bhatnagar, and I am with you with the area of ABFM. Am I audible clearly as well as visible? So let's begin with the class today. We are going to talk about the area of okay. We are going to talk about the area of private equity and venture capital to the next level. Acha, now I'm going to talk about the various topics relating to the area of general partners. Who are the general partners in this organization? Who are the managing partners, right? So we'll be talking about these people in detail today. So let's begin. Okay, so when we talk about this area, this is private equity and venture capital. What do you mean by private equity and venture capital? We have talked about it in the previous class as well. So I'm going to talk about this particular area. Who are general partners? Acha, what is the primary responsibility of general partners in the fund management team? In the management team, now we have different people. So the ones who are managing the funds, those people, what is that specific thing that they have to do, right? So what would be the answer in this case? What is the primary responsibility of a general partner in the fund management team? Marketing the funds concept, managing the day to day operations, handling the legal documentation, or conducting due diligence on the companies. When we talk about the primary responsibilities of the general partners, these people are not in the organization for their working in such a way that they would be taking care of day to day working. Okay? Or they would be looking forward towards the regular operations of the organization. They are not there to do that. Then handling legal documentation. Why are we having the legal people all together then if we have to take care of it? So that is also out of the window. Then conducting due diligence for on the companies. Due diligence is normally done by auditors. This is not done by them. Due diligence, now many organizations have started getting auditors for the same, that conduct the due diligence for the companies to find out whether the books of accounts are prepared in a proper manner. That is for the basic audit report, they do that. But due diligence means whether their internal control is stronger, are they able to work in a proper way. That part is due diligence, which is not done by these managers at all. So if I eliminate one, eliminate two, and eliminate three, we have got A. Marketing the funds concept. We're looking at the funds concept. Then, what is the term used by venture capitalists to describe the process of finding new investment opportunities? Capitalization, deal flow, due diligence, or seed funding? What is that specific term which is used for the investment opportunities? See, when we talk about capitalization, that is basically adding capital. Then, when we talk about due diligence, we have just talked about seed funding is when the organization is budding, when it is just growing, we give that organization a particular opportunity to grow further. Okay, that is called budding in, which is called seed financing. This is called seed financing. Now, when we talk about deal flow, this is the opportunity whenever, see, this is the work of the entrepreneurs in house residents. They try to find out different opportunities or ventures for these people. Then that is how they create deal flow. They're looking forward towards the process of finding new investment opportunities. That is deal flow. Acha, what does the due diligence involve in context of fund management? Marketing strategy assessment, investigating potential investment opportunities, financial auditing of the fund, or recruiting staff for the portfolio companies. What does the due diligence involve in the context of fund management? When we talk about due diligence, this is paying attention towards what exactly the people are doing. है ना? So due diligence in this area is investigating potential or financial auditing of a fund. Again, auditing word is used because basically now due diligence is something which is connected with auditing first. But when due diligence is what? When you are being active in terms of analyzing things. That is what we can define due diligence in simple words. You are given an option or something and you are evaluating the option in detail and trying to find out what is this particular objective, what is it that they are doing, right? So this is what we talk about in this area, right? So in this case, they investigate. These people are the reason that they have to look forward towards how the working is going on and what they have to do about it. So in this case, the correct answer would be investigating the potential investing opportunities. Next question. How do general partners raise capital for the fund? How these general partners are getting the work for the business, because managing ones are fine. They have determined that we will be working for the organization. But how are these general partners doing things? Then writing checks to potential limited partners, contacting potential limited partners and selling them on the fund concept, conducting due diligence of the portfolio or companies. Then is portfolio companies is when you are putting your money to different areas. So you are never going to put all your eggs in one basket. You're going to put your money into different areas. So investing in the startup founders pitches. So what would be the answer in this case? See, they are going to, the general partners have to raise capital. Again, you have to get the capital so that you can invest in different businesses. So what they'll do is they will not write checks to the limited partners. They will not have to conduct the portfolio. You want to raise more money. So what will you do is contacting potential limited partners and selling them on the fund concept. We're going to contact them and we are going to give them more shareholding and all, and that is why we'll be raising more money for them. See, the point is the people who are already existing, we always give them key. Do you have more money to invest? If you have and you feel that you would like to, then please give us the money. That means you're going to contact it that way. So this is basically contacting the limited potential limited partners and selling them on the fund concept. What is the focus of the grow phase for general partners in the fund management? Obtaining regulatory approvals, enhancing the fund's marketing strategy, providing assistance to portfolio companies for the growth, or closing deals with the potential limited partners. Grow phase. Acha, when you are growing now, it is like the basic, then the grow, and then the further portion is there. So, obtaining regulatory approvals is required, enhancing the fund's marketing strategy, providing the assistance to the portfolio companies for the growth, or closing the deals with potential partners. Do you close the deals? That is how we grow. Not really. Then providing assistance to the portfolio companies for growth, or we are looking, see, the point is when you are looking forward towards uh, grow. Again, I think if I look at the core word, we are looking for grow. In the core word, obtaining regulatory approvals will not really make the organization grow. That is for sure. You know, this will not make the organization grow. Enhancing the fund's marketing strategy, this can help the organization, but to reach out to maximum people. But this is also not something which will make the organization grow further. So I think I can cancel it out as well. Closing the deals with the potential limited partners will not be helpful too. So the point is assistance that you are giving to the portfolio companies for growth, that will be helpful ultimately. This is the answer. Providing the assistance to portfolio companies for growth. Acha, next question. What is the main role of general partners in the fund management? Managing legal documentation, marketing the fund concept, conducting due diligence, or writing checks to a limited partner. What is the main role? They are looking forward towards the marketing of the fund concept. You have to go and tell people that this is our concept. We would like you to put money into our business. We would like maximum people to invest in our company. That is, the fund management will make sure that the fund is always full. When the fund is always full, it will give more. What does due diligence involve in fund management? uh, Due diligence, such a, this is actually the repetition of a question there, no? It is basically investing into, auditing is not the point there. The answer is investigating the potential investments. We just this same question but with a different language. Acha. Now comes the next question that you want. Why should one choose to invest in preferred equity rather than common equity in the startup? See, whenever a startup is coming up and you are the general or the common equity, you are not given any specific importance, and your share in that business is very limited too. You know, why should one choose to invest in preferred equity? Why should we look forward towards preferred equity rather than common equity? Common equity is for everyone, but I would like to have my own specific share, a different set of share, that is preferred equity. To gain more control over the stock, to mitigate the negative effects of risk of event shutdown. If the company shut down, both the kind of equity are dying, so it doesn't really matter. To increase the voting rights of the limited partners, or to ensure dividend for the limited partners. See, the dividend has nothing to do with this area, right? So one thing is there, that there is nothing that we can look forward to. The limited area of voting rights or higher dividends, there is nothing with the preferred equity and common equity there. To gain control over common stock owned by the founders. वैसे तो normally it is done to do that part, right? So in actual, to gain control over the common stock owned by the founders, preferred equity is normally kept by the founders itself so that they can have it by the end if the company is dying or someone else is taking over. For example, the company was founded by me and then I have got multiple investors, and now investors are eating up my company, which is not worth it. So that thing is definitely there. So to mitigate the negative effects of risk of the in the event of nay, the answer has to be A in this case. The answer has to be A. That is to gain control over the common stock owned by the founders. So basically, they are going to the preferred equity is actually done by the founders. Nahin. See, the point is when we talk about the preferred equity, now preferred equities, founders or promoters asking a few people that I want you to be a shareholder. I want you to be a shareholder. Reason that if you are giving me money, we have the ownership together. So basically, founder is retaining their control in this. So I would go for B there. That is to mitigate the negative effects of the risk in the event of shutdown. So basically, you are saving your organization. The answer would be B only. Since the preferred equity, when we talk about it, the preferred equity can be stated as the equity which is related to the area of preferred equity can be said as something which works towards the area of specific people getting a share in the business. Not everybody is getting the share in the business. Specific people are getting the share in the business. Acha, if this session is helpful for you, please don't forget to like it. And at the same time, the PDF of this class is available on my Telegram channel. The Telegram channel is CAIIB Exam 2023 Niharika ma'am. This is the name of the Telegram channel. Kindly look out for it in Telegram, and this is where you'll find the PDFs of all the classes and all that I'm putting there. Even the previous marathons and all, whatever marathon I'll be conducting now, all those things would be shared on the Telegram channel. Okay. Acha, here comes the next pointer. What is the purpose of voting right clause in the deal structure? To determine the startup product strategy, to influence the timing of going public or selling the company, to decide the salary of the startup founders, or to manage day-to-day operations. See, voting rights are required because now whenever decision making is given to someone who has no idea about it, then they can take wrong decisions. So basically, what are we going to do? We are going to, whenever we are having voting rights, then I will determine the path. I will determine the flow of the working. So to determine the startup product strategy, this is done to influence the timing. No, this is not related to salary at all. One thing is sorted. Salary ho gaya. This is not allowed. To manage the day-to-day operations, they are other people. है ना, though they are not taking care of it as well. So in this case, the voting right is there for before you are going public. For example, before I reach out to the public, what will happen? The moment I reach out to the public, equity is opened up to all these people. So all of these people can be a partner. So instead of doing that, I will say, देखिए, this much portion is already mine. Rest everybody, see what you want to have. So basically, to influence the timing of going public or selling the company, we are keeping the things in our hand. कि देखिए, control is still mine. Voting right is basically kept to keep the control intact. So in this case, the correct answer would be to influence the timing of going public or selling the company. Okay. Achha, there was a specific question related to a particular person in the book itself. So I am just taking this part. Why would one include anti-delusion clauses in the deal structure? Anti-delusion means we cannot dilute it. Delusion means to end the company, to increase the valuation of the startup, to protect the fund's ownership percentages in case of lower valuation in subsequent funding rounds. I'm sorry. To facilitate the exit strategy of the startup or to negotiate between the terms of startup founders. So when we talk about the anti-delusion, delusion means to dilute the shareholding or the power. Okay, so basically whatever power or control you already have, that cannot be diluted. Diluted means if we have some acid and we want to make it weaker, we will add more water. So anti-dilution means even if you're adding more water, the concentration of acid should still be the same. The consistency should be the same. That means the people who are in power in the organization, they should remain in power in the organization. It shouldn't be like they should lose their power or something. Okay. So this is done to protect the fund ownership percentage in case of lower valuation. If the company is having a lower valuation in subsequent rounds, even then they are trying to save themselves. That would be B. To protect the fund's ownership percentage in case of lower valuation in subsequent funding rounds. Here comes a question, everyone. There are assertion as well as reasoning. Assertion is carry the bonus, uh, carry the bonus based on fund performance, motivates Rajan to achieve the highest possible return. This was actually the name of the person who was given in the book itself. So this is a question based upon the fact that if you have a bonus, they can give any person who's managing the fund. The person who's managing the fund, there is a fund performance bonus there to achieve the highest return on his fund. Reasoning is general partners are typically they receive a percentage of 20 to 30% of the fund profits. Surprisingly, when we talk about general partners and limited partners, in this case, general partners earn more than the limited partners because they are the general risk takers. Limited partners have defined their borders. Ki itna. That is it. We won't be going above this. So in this case, when we talk about the area of the managers there, their working would be little and slightly different. Okay, so in this case, what would be the correct answer? The correct answer is both assertion and reasoning are true, and reasoning is the correct explanation of assertion. Both assertion and reasoning are true, but reasoning is not the correct explanation. Assertion is true, but reasoning is false, or assertion is false. So in this case, the correct answer would be both assertion and reasoning are true. In this case, both are correct. Higher the general partners normally get a major portion of the fund profit. Okay. So both the assertion and reasoning are true and reasoning is correct. In the examination, we would be having a few questions on reasoning and assertion. And at the same time, now that there are questions, there are going to be questions where there would be no options even. You know? Which term refers to individuals or institutions that have already invested in the funds management managed by the venture capital? Managing partners, principals, entrepreneurs and residents, or league limited partners. People who have already invested. Managing partners are the people who are managing the work overall, right? Limited partners is something कि ठीक है, this is the amount, this is how we want to keep in it. Entrepreneurs in residence is basically kept so that they can attract more entrepreneurship projects for the organization to invest in. The more projects are, once they grow, more money they will bring to the venture capital fund. But this can also be very loss making for the venture fund as well if they are not taking care of their work properly. Then the correct answer here would be the people who have already invested now. We are not asking for this. Entrepreneurs brings it up. Managing partners are the people who are managing the day-to-day operations. Limited partners are the people who have already invested. That is why they have defined their share. This is my share in the venture capital firm. So in this case, the correct answer would be D. And everyone, and okay. Now let's move on to the next question. The next question is, what is the likely impact of lower valuations on venture investors even in the face of increased macroeconomic uncertainty? When there is a macroeconomic uncertainty, macroeconomic means, for example, currently there are wars going on, nuclear weapons are being used. Basically, there's a word every single year we hear this that the war can come up. Last year, there Armenia and Azerbaijan were fighting with the last 2 3 years. Then Syria was having problems, and right now Israel versus Palestine is going on. Ukraine and Russia is going on. So all these things are macroeconomic. This is not in my control, but these things are happening. So in this case, what is the likely impact of lower valuation on venture investors? What will these people, when they face more uncertainty at the international or national level, the level in which you have no influence, then venture investors will allocate more risk capital. Venture capital will decrease risk capital allocation. Then venture investor will focus on short term investments, or they will exit the market. See, exiting the market means you will not be able to generate any more funds. It's of no use. Then venture investor will focus on short term investments are normally higher returns, but higher risk is also there, right? So then is the venture investor will decrease risk capital allocation? They will not. They will have to keep the capital to cover up the area of risk. So in this case, the correct answer is going to be venture capital. Venture investors will allocate more risk capital. चलिए, let's move on and let's look at our website. This is the end of the session, but before I end it, let me just take you to the particular website. Go on to thereof www.adda247.com. As soon as you go on to this website, go on to thereof JIB and CIB. In this area, go on to the area of CIB November 2023. Everybody, our power pack revision batches are out. They are starting soon. They have started from 1st of November itself. ABM is going on, right? The examination is just on, I think, on this Sunday. So if you're looking forward to it, then kindly hurry up. At this point of time, what you can do is, if you're looking forward to the power pack revision batch, you just have to click on the area of buy now, use the code buy 541 and apply it, and you can get it for 3449.77. That means the validity is for 3 months and you're getting it for 3000 if you're using the code Y541. Along with this, you can, if you download our app and then use our app further, then you will get another 1% discount. So you will get overall 78% discounts. So that is it for the day, everyone. We'll be meeting tomorrow at the same time, that is at 9:30 a.m. So thank you so much for being there, everyone. Bye bye.